welcome to Be Bold Branding. I'm Tanya Eberhardt, founder of BrandFace. We help real estate agents differentiate themselves, and we do that through personal branding. And we are the only comprehensive personal brand building system across the globe.
Hi, folks. I'm Michael Carr. I'm the COO of BrandFace. I was a client before I became a partner in the company. Very happy to be a partner in that company. We do Be Bold Branding to help you take the fear out of putting yourself out there.
All right, and today, talk about taking the fear out of something. We have two amazing, fearless, superstar BrandFace agents with us from Nashville, Tennessee, Chris and Deanna Homrich. Welcome, Chris and Deanna.
Hi.
Glad to be here.
Guys, we ask a lot of these questions to help other agents understand how the branding process works and what your experience was going through the branding process as well. So we'll start with this question. Why did you come into the BrandFace program in the first place?
Well, I'll take that. So I originally found you guys, well, let me go back from the beginning. Just I'll try to be as concise as possible. Chris and I have been a real estate agent team for 2.5 years. At the end of this year, we have been a married couple for 26 plus years. So we've been partners in crime for a long time. But that being said, sometimes when you are trying to build a business as marriage partners or, you know, partners of any kind, you got to have direction. And although we knew what we wanted to achieve, we still needed something that would help us direct who we were as a team. And so I happened upon, coming back from a little mini vacation down at the beach, I happened upon BrandFace branding all across my Facebook feed of all places. And it just sparked my interest to kind of look into you guys more and figure out, I took it to Chris and said, you know, what do you think? Maybe they can help us kind of get a direction here. And he was all on board. He's like, yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah, I'll add something here. It was clear to me when she brought the idea and then we first talked that we needed a way to differentiate ourselves among the thousands of real estate agents in the greater Nashville area. And
something like 8,500 of us here.
So how do you do that when you're just starting out in your business? And what better way than to get someone like yourselves that are focused on specifically this, that could help us draft and, you know, generate a message that we could use in a very succinct, clear way when we talk to potential clients.
I love it. I love it. So sort of a very practical and pragmatic way of looking at it. You know, even though it's such a ethereal thing, I think branding is very important and hard to explain to a lot of people. So it's neat that y'all got it right off the bat. But was there any trepidation like in joining the program? Did you have it? Was there any fears or anything that you had to overcome initially in joining?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, like anyone will be interested in, you know, value and cost, right? What do you get out of this? And is there a balance there? And there's no fear. I think you all hit the nail on the head in terms of a reasonable amount of cost to the value that you deliver. So, you know, I think it just worked for us. And I would think it would work for a lot of other folks that are contemplating this once they actually get more depth on your program and understand what it really means.
I think too, it helps. People tend to think they know who they are when they go into something. But when you have other people asking you questions and probing you and finding out some things that maybe you haven't really thought about for a long time, or I don't know, maybe you've really never thought about them. It really does help to focus you in what your why is. And BrandFace helped us figure out our why.
Yeah, there's no question we wouldn't have zeroed in on the particular brand that you all help us establish through
right.
your guidance.
Yeah, that you drew out of us.
Yeah, exactly. brought it out, and you disassembled it and you assembled it back together, and it really kind of was a custom fit for us.
Oh, awesome. So great question. Segue right into the next one. Tell us what your brand identifier is and tell us how that fits you guys.
Well, we are the Homrich Team Nashville, your transition agents. We work in the greater Nashville area, and it literally could not be more perfect for identifying who we are as a team. So being your transition agent, you know, I love preparing you for what's next. I've started using that actually. That is exactly what we do. We've had a lot of nexts in our lives, you know, in our marriage, in our life, helping family members transition to various, you know, different parts of their life, different stages of their life. We've done that a lot within our partnership. So it really, really works for us.
Our personalities are ones of counselors, and we're sort of helpful in terms of our mentality. So we're just generally want to be helpful in terms of our friends, family, and we've really extended that over to clients in terms of every phase, whether they're entering the greater Nashville area or they're exiting the greater Nashville area, because there's a lot of steps involved from, you know, A to Z. What do I do? Where do I go? Who do I see? You know, who do I talk to? And, you know, our job is to help them navigate it and really make it easy for them. And that has been very well received by the clients, where we've taken that message and then demonstrated that kind of approach. They've been very thankful. The reviews we've gotten have been exceptionally great. Geez, my last real estate agent didn't do that, and you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. And so it's been a great experience as we've applied it.
And they've also, it's been really fun to see how they bring it full circle for us. We've had a couple of people say, you guys really do help with the transition. Like you guys really are transition agents. And we have made them purposefully realize that we are there to be more of just a transaction agent, more of a transition agent.
Yeah, and I'll say one last thing is most of them, if not all of them, do not have the resources that they can use to get things done in a timely manner. So they get frustrated. And so, you know, we bring that all to the table in one call to our resources, and we've got them linked up and organized, and they're very thankful for that. We've saved some clients thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in terms of having the right kind of resource come to the table and say, geez, folks, you really don't need to rebuild a brand new deck on the back of your home. Let's do it this way. And so, you know, they're just incredulous in terms of thank you for helping us with that.
You know, those are big transitions. And, you know, speaking of those, give us just like a little snippet of your backgrounds before you got into real estate, guys, because I know they're very different backgrounds. And that's another reason why you guys have the transition agent brand.
Yeah, I'll go first. I mean, I'm type A. I was in the corporate world, Fortune 500 world, a career in finance, treasury, global risk management, and all those kinds of things that relate to you know, high finance in that world. And I was fortunate and had a great career, was able to retire at a relatively young age. But you find very quickly that when you're type A, you cannot retire. You have to do something. So Deanna got involved in this as a transition. And I thought, well,
we transitioned here and I wanted to go back to work.
Yeah, I'll get my license and I'll help her out. And we found ourselves very quickly sort of immersed in this, that, you know, it's kind of fun. It can be challenging. It can be frustrating, but we don't ever let that show. But we bring it to the table to make it help our folks. And I brought that counselor mentality or the mentorship mentality from the corporate world and developing teams and staff to developing and mentoring our clients. And so it was a nice carryover, very easy to do. And so that's how I guess I got here, and let Dina give her own 2 cents here.
Well, I've my entire adult life, work life, I was in healthcare, training, personal training, group training, that sort of thing. And so I kind of thought about it after we, became known as transition agents, that it really is such a perfect fit for me, because the entire time I was a physical therapist for many, many years, and watching people transition from an injured state to a healthier state was so rewarding. And then watching people step into the gym for the very first time, not knowing what to expect, feeling, a lot of trepidation, because you've got these around that look like they, haven't ever been out of a gym. And then these people that walk in that are very intimidated. And so watching those people transition to being the most confident person you've ever seen work out and do things that they had no clue that their body could do, 6 months later. The best feeling as a trainer in the world. And so just watching them from one state to the next, that transition, and in all honesty, that still probably is my first love, because that's where, the rubber meets the road, and that's what I love. But this was just one of those things, that background helped tie pretty seamlessly into, watching a renter turn into a homeowner. That's a pretty big transition,
Yep. So really, that's what we look for in BrandFace, is that the brand and the brand identifier matching the people so perfectly. And what I love is you articulating how both of your life experiences have brought you to that particular brand. And now you were living that brand before you knew that brand was even your brand, right? And then you made it your brand and personalized it. And that's what we want out of every client, is because it's so important that you live and breathe it. So that being said, what was the easiest part of the program, in your opinion?
Yeah, y'all made it easy. It's really a step-by-step program. You were very communicative. The steps were very sequential. They were reasonable. It went a reasonable amount of time. So I think personally we found it very easy.
Yeah.
So y'all did a good job organizing it and orchestrating it.
Good. Well, and you guys did an incredible job at doing it too. And that's what's so important. I mean, it has to be said that the most important part about it is doing it, and you are. So what was the hardest part of the program, you think, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, I'll go first here. I don't think it was hard,
That's great.
It was hard. I mean,
yes.
to your point, people have to actually answer the questions and do a little work before they get together for that next meeting or call. But, the homework is extraordinarily reasonable, and it's right on target, and you work through it. It's fairly concise and quick, and it led you all to, the right pinnacle of the message that you were able to, construct for us. So it wasn't hard.
Yeah.
Love it.
He's way more organized than I am. So I'm just going to throw this out there. I didn't find it hard at all. Sometimes juggling what was needed, because you don't just have everything at your fingertips there. Like sometimes you have to pull from various things. And so it wasn't hard by any stretch of the imagination. What I would say is that you guys did such a great job at keeping me on task. And I like that. I like the accountability that you guys provide to your new members. And You do a great job at gentle nudging when it's needed. And everybody needs that. I will freely admit that I do. But it was all really, really good. And like Chris said, it wasn't hard. That's definitely not a word that I would use. Just.
Yeah, there's a little homework, and you have to be authentic. And that's the key point, right? Be honest, answer the questions, and that will help you determine, really flush out naturally who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. You guys nailed it, because, you know, there's two extremes. There's some people that come into the program and they think, hey, I don't have to do anything. I just, like, you know, do one phone call and they've got the rest, they get it all done. But all of that knowledge is in your head over all this year. So we got to get it out, right? So there is participation required, but we do have a lot of the heavy lifting handled for you. So I think, you know, it's nice to hear that from you guys. So one of the most important questions that I feel we need to ask you guys is, how does your brand make you feel?
I'll take that. I love being known as a transition agent. You know, it's one of those things where I think if you're not going to own it, then nobody else is going to own it. You know, I mean, we have to take it, we have to run with it, we have to own that brand, and we have to become that. If we're not already, we have to become that. And if I don't believe it, I'm certainly not going to be able to sell it. So I'm going to get it out there and put it in front of as many people as I can. And not only are we going to do that, we're going to prove to them why we deserve that brand. So
I love that.
That's beautifully put. Very good. Yes.
And I'll add to that, you know, really 2 words. It makes you feel empowered and relevant. And I should add a 3rd. It makes you differentiated, right? And that's the whole key here to developing a brand, is differentiating yourself from the masses. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we feel great about it.
And what's really interesting is we have a broker. We are with our broker's tagline is deliberately different. And, you know, it's their brokerage name is, our brokerage name is Music City Experts. And then we throw in the Homrich Team Nashville, your Nashville area transition agents, you know, Music City Experts, # deliberately different. And so it just flows. I mean, it really does. I love it. And I'm going to own it.
I love it. You know what I absolutely adore about you guys, if you guys, for whoever's watching this interview, visit their YouTube channel, subscribe to it, find out everything they're doing right. Because, and it's the Homrich Team Nashville, I believe, is the name of your YouTube channel, correct?
Yeah.
Homrich Team Nashville explores the city.
Yes.
Explores the city. Okay, so there's
we have other stuff on there too.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, there's a couple of different video series that I saw on there. There's the Explores the City series, where they go around and feature different businesses, local area businesses. And then, of course, there are videos in there where they get to learn more about you guys and what you can do for them. So it's kind of like a Meet the Homriches, kind of a get to know us kind of a series.
Yeah.
And everything about how you guys are doing that is fantastic. You integrate and infuse that transition agent brand all throughout what you're doing. And we just want to give you guys a big bravo, because that's incredible. You are owning it. So perfect job. So obviously there are real estate agents out there everywhere who are thinking about their own personal brand. Some of them are even fearful of what other people will think about them or say about them, or how other people will view them. So what advice would you give to other agents who are considering the BrandFace program?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think a lot of agents are thinking about branding, frankly. There are some very successful ones that we've noticed in the area, but they've been around for a long time. Yeah. So But most of the other ones, I don't think they get it, frankly. And so they're not differentiating themselves. They don't stand out from other agents. They become one of the masses. So if you're an individual that's in real estate and looking to build a business, looking to set yourself apart, why wouldn't you get a specific brand that you can use to market yourself? Because otherwise you're just like anybody else.
Right.
And so who wants to be like that?
Yeah.
Right.
I think too, new agents and newer agents are, there's a lot of money going out when you first enter this industry. And so it's usually, people are pinching their pennies. But our philosophy, and, we've had experienced agents tell us this, that you have to think long-term. And so not only, yes, okay, you're thinking about hiring someone to help you build your brand, or develop your brand and build your brand, but you have to think long-term in terms of it may hurt in the interim, it may hurt at the moment, but think about where you're going to be 3, 4, 5 years down the road. And if you still are out there not knowing who you are, you might be able to do that on your own. You might, maybe, but chances are with 85, that, those are slim chances that you're going to be able to really, really set yourself apart. And so I would say to anyone new looking to possibly talk to you guys about the program and branding and all that is really, really consider where you want to see yourself 4, 5, 6 years down the road, because that's what you're working for. You're not working for, a year or whatever. You're working for that longer term investment. And, that's what you want to be known for, something, and you want to be known for something genuine. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, agents need to understand that they need to get off on the right foot. And I'm talking photography, I'm talking business cards, various things they can use on their website, a consistent look, color, message, format, all of those things. If you don't do that, you're going to find yourself all over the map. And the only thing they have is a business card that is kind of trite and kind of the same as everybody else's. Maybe not the most exciting now colors and all of those things that just, again, you're one of the mass, and you got to get out there and differentiate yourself. And you might as well do it on the ground floor, getting your message straight, getting your brand straight, getting all those other related things in a nice, neat, organized box that you can then, do the blocking and tackling, implement from that point forward.
Yes, that's excellent advice.
Sure
I
is.
in my career, I did the opposite. I was the one of the masses for years and years and years. There's no differentiation to our company at all for years. And we made it, but we didn't do what we've been able to do since we branded ourselves.
Yeah, I think it's a difference in maybe surviving and thriving.
Yeah, good way to put it.
Do. I didn't get into this to just be like everybody else. I want to make a name for ourselves. So
You got in it to be bold.
I love it.
That's right. Heck yeah, I did.
We love it. We're so proud of you guys. You are just a quintessential BrandFace agents. You're doing a phenomenal job. And thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us today and your journey. And we know only fantastic things are yet to come for you guys. So thank you both.
Yeah, you're welcome. And it sounds great. I hope that this discussion has helped some other agents that might be looking at this and considering it. And, they'll be better off in the long run if they decide to do something like this. So good luck, make it happen.
Yeah. And you guys,
Yes,
this is for everybody else out there. Tanya and Michael and BrandFace, they really do prepare you for what's next. So
You guys are awesome. We love you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, folks. So if you have any questions about your brand, or if you have a brand, or if you're thinking about a brand, or you don't even know what a brand is, you can go to discussyourbrand.com and book a free 30-minute strategy session with our team. That's discussyourbrand.com. And it's a free 30-minute session.
We'd also like to invite you to our new Facebook page called Build Your Real Estate Brand. You'll find content and access there that you won't find anywhere else. That's Build Your Real Estate Brand.
All right, folks, you know, we have the, well, thank you so much, first off, to Homrich's for coming on here and talking about this and being vulnerable for us. And obviously, we wish you the best of luck, and we're going to be with you. This is just the beginning of the friendship, by no means the end now that you've completed the program. So we're going to be with you the whole way. And to the people out there, you know, we talk about it all the time. It's about prosperity, and prosperity is not just money. Prosperity is the whole 360-degree gamut, right? It's the abundant life. And we know that prosperity favors the bold, folks. So be bold, especially with your brand. And thank you, Ms. Tanya.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you to the Homrich team. And we'll see you guys next time on Be Bold Brand.